Hello and welcome back to Factorio. Oh god, starts being attacked. That's not a good beginning. Um, yeah, I've been sort of pushing out some gun emplacements in various areas. Just trying to thin out the enemy a bit in case I need to expand. I'm not sure I need to do much more expansion. Um, so I'm going to sort of ignore that for now. We are working our way through making the rocket silo. You gonna get repaired? I suppose bots are gonna come along. One thing I've done is it may actually reduce efficiency a bit, but I have connected the bot network um, to some of the outposts and the base. That was because that was the only way to get the artillery ammo out there. If I was to do this again, I think I would set up a proper artillery train that was a bit like the building train that could be automatically called out to a place to drop off a load of artillery ammo and stuff like that. But um, we are coming along with the rocket silo, and then after that we need to invent the science pack, which will let us make the satellite. So I think we want to prepare for this. Now, in order to make the rocket, apparently, you have to make 100 rocket parts. I don't think we've actually got the ability to make rocket parts yet, but that is going to require rocket fuel and lots of rocket control units. And I did call up the Factorio thing here. If we want just enough production to support 2 factories making rocket parts, and that would be enough to make 35 rocket parts per minute. And a single rocket requires 100 rocket parts. So this would take 3 minutes to build a rocket. As you can see here, it says this is using level 3 assembly machines, 140 machines making rocket control units, 46 making blue, that's not too bad. But where it really gets bad is 197 machines making red circuits. That is a lot of red circuits. So I need to decide, do I want to like somewhere have a separate, probably it's going to have to be connected by train, some location that's job it is to just make red circuits and a lot of red circuits, or do I just try and beef and boost the production I've got in my base as best as I can? The current red circuit production, turn on alt mode, is here. Now, how many actually do I have? Just want to count the number of machines. Okay, I've got 70. So if I actually work on boosting those with modules, then maybe it's not going to be as bad. So let's work on that a bit, shall we? So I need to make that thing that does the effect transmissions. Oh, sorry. It's running along the belt and it's getting noisy. There it is. Beacons. Red circuits. Steel. Red and green circuits. Okay. So in here maybe. Got red circuits running to there. There's steel, there's green circuits. What else did you need? Copper cable. Ugh, that's awkward. Well, let's not try and squeeze it in there. We'll do it up here. Steel, red and green circuits. If I run copper up here as well, I can make those things. Right, that's got the copper up here. So, you need lots of copper cable, and then the other stuff that's here. Oh, except, yeah, I was about to say, I don't want to rob the red and the green from the blue construction, but I do have more there. So, oh, annoying water. There we go. So I think we put 2 machines here making copper cable. And those can feed into our machine making beacons. Right, so you also need steel. Is there a little bit of brick on the end of that? There we go. I mean, obviously I could go underground. Okay, let's bring the steel this way. "15-second crafting time." I think I want this to be one of those machines. Right, assembly machine 3s. Let me have a stack of these on me, please. So 10 steel with a 15-second crafting time, so I can just grab that with the red. What don't I need down here? Accumulators, probably. There we go. That's going to make that faster. 10 copper cable. Let's just make the whole thing quicker. Right, and you also need those things. Right, we want all these to go into a buffer chest. That's going to request any that happen to be in the network. And we wire that together, saying if we've got less than, I don't know, 50? Let's say 100, because I'm not sure how we're going to have to do this. What are you lacking? Steel. Ah, I forgot to do that. Right, will it get all the other ingredients it needs before it completes a production cycle? Looks like it might actually have trouble picking up the chips it needs. So let's go with a stack inserter instead. We'll just bring these closer. Gonna be able to grab entire handfuls now. Alright, that works better. Okay, so I'm going to want these on me as well. Again, what do I not normally need to grab often? Storage tanks. Yeah, don't really need them. No, no. That's what I was trying to do. And logistics. Give me 2 stacks of them. Thank you. Because I couldn't be bothered to pick it up from the box. Right, so we're going to try and boost our red production as much as we can using these things. Right, so you can see the yellow. That's the area of effect. And unfortunately on the other side of here, there's not quite room. How am I going to fit these in. I might need to redesign my entire red production facility in order to make maximum use of the beacons. I mean, for preference, I sort of want the beacons running down the center. And the idea is that I put efficiency modules, I think, in these machines, and then speed modules in the beacons. That's what I've seen most people doing, so I'm assuming that's sort of a good way round to do it. And the problem is you really want like an unbroken line of these things. They also need power. And then of course these things need to be able to put down and output all of their stuff. I'm going to have a play. Okay, so I think this has a chance of working. If it will fit in the space. So what we're going to have here is we're going to have copper running up this side here. And then we've got a repeatable pattern here of a bank of two lots of things. We've got a copper maker that takes the copper in, and it outputs the cables on the far side of this belt. The inner side of that belt needs to be the plastic. So let us work out how we would do that. The copper can go away like that. We can have a plastic belt incoming here. And as I said, it needs to be on the inner side of these belts. So this could be the plastic. Except that's not going to end up just on the inside, is it? Now it will. So the plastic will run out of there and it will be on the side nearest the cable maker machine, meaning the cables can go on the far side. That then goes along. Cables and plastic get grabbed by that one. We need green circuits on the inside. We need green circuits on a single side running on this cable here, because these machines, well, currently they also output to the center, but looking at the design, I think it's actually going to be easier and take up less room if I make them output outwards. So rather than having two cables in the middle, I'm going to change this so there's just a single cable in the middle. That's going to mess this up slightly. I'll work it out. Okay, so this is looking slightly better now. Although I don't quite understand. Oh, those aren't substations. I'm like, why is none of the stuff up here powered? It's because you didn't use substations. There we go. Substations. Right, so we will have copper coming in here. Gets picked up by the copper cable maker machines, ducks underneath, picked up by the other one, and then goes on to the next array. Here we will have plastic coming in. It splits here, ends up on one side of the belt. Splits here, ends up on one side of the belt. So the cables can go on there and be shared. And then goes on to the next bit of the array. Green circuits will come in here, and they will snake their way around, go along the central line to be picked up by both sides. Output will be this way. These are quite slow, aren't they? 6-second crafting time. So outputs will just be yellows onto this belt here. The output from up there and down there, which will be on opposite sides of the belt, will get merged here, which will then get merged with the stuff coming from the upper arrays. Now, if necessary, I will upgrade these side belts to blue in order to take these stuff away quicker and input quicker, you know, if it looks like it's resource starved. So, we want speed modules in these things, I think. Right, now we do have this mod, which is what is the thing and what do you want in it? So, we want level 3 speed modules, I think, in them. And in our assembly machines, we want productivity 3. So, so that's the module configuration. Now where's the actual tool? Module inserter. So I think this will give instructions. No configuration set for module inserter. Okay. Oh, apply changes. Did I not tick that? There we go. Because in the base game, if you have a blueprint with the modules in, then the bots will automatically insert them when you plonk down the blueprint. But there's no way to just automatically do that. You can copy and paste from machine to machine and so on. Right, so I think this will fit in the space where this is. I cut this thing off of its resources so as to drain it. So we can... So we're going to need green circuits and plastic, but maybe not as much as we had there. And we are going to need the copper. So we were just waiting for the reds to go away, which they've now done. We do have some resources which are going to be annoying and get in the way, but that's okay. Right, no, let's not do that. Let's just tell the... I'm just going to deconstruct this array. Right, so according to that Factorio thing... right, we should program what modules we are going to have in the red makers. We have level 3 speed modules. And according to our design, by the way, the reason why these are spread out like this is because that one hits that machine, and then that machine gets hit by 1, 2, 3, 4 beacon machines. And that one there gets hit by 1, 2, 3, 4 beacon machines. So all of them get hit by 4 beacon machines. So I think we can plug that in. And we're also doing productivity 3. Ah, this is no longer set to rockets parts. There we go, but it remembered. Right, so yeah, so I wanted two machines. So productivity modules. Okay, so apparently we need 100 machines if I want to be able to fully do that. And there's 12 in each of these, so we need a bank of 10 of these. Where are all those bots going? Oh, they're going over there to recharge. Yeah, I've asked them to do an awful lot. Okay, so I think I want to blueprint this. And this is red circuits, beacon array. Now, I've no idea whether or not this is good or efficient, and I'm sure they're, you know, they're on Reddit and so on. You can look up. There's a lot better stuff. But I've never actually seen anyone do this design myself. So I'm curious how well it will work. Okay. So, it looks like plastic is almost in the way. There's a few little things here and there that I might have to sort out. But I think we can do that. Right, we need this 10 times. So the beacons get shared on both sides to be a little more efficient. So that's 1, 2... wasn't lining up at all there. 3... 4... 5. Right, so that's half of what's needed. Oh, I should have removed this one. Removed my prototype because it's getting in the way now. Oh, where did that end up? Red circuits beacon array. Green circuits. So we've got to pop one of these down again. Hold down shift, click, make sure the whole thing goes down. Now we'll sort out stuff like that later. We are going to want more roboports running along the side of this. Make sure they have power. And we are going to have to go into this lake, so use the plus key to increase the size on this. Oh, that's annoying. Can I copy? It's not very good, is it? I wanted a bit of blueprint this. I'll just paint. Go to map mode. Make sure we bring it all the way up as far as we need. Right, so obviously we probably did not have enough level 3 beacons to make all this. So the other thing we could do is we could go to map mode, find our module array, and duplicate some of it. So we want more speed beacons. And we want more productivities. And again, because this is a heavy traffic bot area, I want to make sure they've got plenty of charging ports. Right, now obviously most of those are not going to be manufactured until we start making red circuits again. Because I cut off red circuits some time ago and we've probably completely drained the belt already. Yeah. so there's no, there isn't actually any manufacturing going on at the moment. Which probably means we should hook up what it is we've already got. Okay, these these are base bots waiting for stuff to be picked up and carried away. Hopefully that will happen soon. Right, let me wire the input into this then. So this first one is... Oh, that's annoying. These pipes are in the way. Okay. Pipe. Do that and get rid of the middle ones. It should sort that out. And I realise I'm going to have to do that again to get that one through. But one belt at a time. So we want copper on this. Now I could be doing this off camera, but I kind of want to show the process of me trying to work out whether or not I can get this working. So will the copper go as far as the array I've currently put down? You can see how quickly this thing manufactures, and that yellow bar that's building up, that's giving us extra bonus copper cable every now and then. Alright, so you can see that we're starting to have trouble getting copper out the end. But hopefully there is actually an excess of cable and it will all sort of even out. If not, as I said, if I replace this with blue belt and some of the bus with blue belt as well, then we might get enough copper up there to support everything. Right, you are supposed to be plastic going on the other side. Right, that connects. That does not. Alright, that should be okay. Plastic. And let's get this going. Oops. Now I can scale up plastic production relatively easy. One thing I need to be careful is this here, because I don't want to be sending the greens along there and still have this contaminating. So we'll make sure we duck that under like that. Right, so you can see the plastic has ended up correctly on the other side. Looks like I need to do that. Let the plastic continue. And at first, the amount of plastic getting to the end is going to be relatively low. But again, hopefully it will even out over time. Okay, base, what is wrong and why can't you do this properly? Are we waiting on the landfill? See, I don't understand. Why are you not putting that down? There doesn't appear to be anything in the way. Okay, we're going to do a delete here. It's going to pick up so much plastic and cable. But I can't quite see what the problem here is. Should have put some storage chests down first. Why are there short cables here? Those are not part of my design. I'm pretty certain I'm only using substations. Okay, there was something else weird going on there. Right, I see no other bots hovering about the place. Right, red circuit beacon array. Let's line the bottom up with you. Do that. That. And that. And hopefully now we won't have any robots buzzing about not knowing what they're doing. Right, is there going to be any other problem with the green? You need to do that. You need to go away. So green is ducking around that. What's supposed to be on this first belt? Blue circuits, isn't it? Maybe I just never ran blue circuits in the opposite direction. Oh well. Ah, that one needs to be the other way around. Because reds are running in reverse. Yes, a lot of these are no longer needed. So let's neaten the bus up. But we're still waiting on an awful lot of landfill, so I'm just going to make another machine here, which is going to make some. So we'll just get some stone out to here. Please make landfill. Put it in a passive provider chest. Sorry. That much. Half-second crafting time. Right, hopefully we'll see the amount of landfill required go down. Missing materials for construction. Where are you taking them? Sometimes you have to do this because you end up with sort of bot loops. Ah, it's because this one's a buffer chest. So it's sort of requesting them. Oh well, it should work out in the end. We should end up making more. Alright, so I neatened up the bits of belt and so on. So we should be able to get the greens running up now. So this should kick off the manufacture. So at first they're sort of fighting over the greens, but then they'll sort of like establish a pecking order, and it should go a little smoother. Well, some spares are making it to the end, but obviously that's because of the 50-50 split every time. This is what should start happening, is the ones down here now are starting to back up, meaning more of them are going to go up. And we have a solid row of red coming down. I need to add this here. Let us continue the output where it was before, just for the sake of simplicity. Right, so that should hook up a supply of red again, which means we'll start making the modules, which means we'll then start making the red even quicker. It's possible this is a starved output. Let's do a lane balance here. Lane balances are always good to do on a corner. Oh. If you can remember how they work. There we go. That should help even things out and so on. How are we doing with this? Like, will I be able to actually just like double this the way I was planning to? Oh, I think I understand what's happening. Those things are not actually within a build area. So how many of these do I have? 1, 2... 5. So I'm going to double this. No, I won't do it this way. I will do it using the blueprint. I don't want to grab like too much other stuff that's not really wanted. 2. It's not really going to work until we have made those things. Annoying. I think we just put these as high as we can. Why are the base bots not putting down the landfill? Okay, the landfill numbers are starting to move now. This is good. We can see the numbers on the modules as well. We need another 58 level 3s and a number of level and 275 of the productivity ones. Any red circuits getting to the end? Some. A lot of them are being eaten up on roboports. I will be back once this is built. So while I'm waiting for the base to fill that in, I figured I would upgrade the plastic. So what I've done is I've made the plastic belts blue from plastic manufacturing down to the bus and then up to the red array. I won't bother upgrading any of the rest of it. It's just I want more plastic flowing up into here because plastic I think is going to be the primary bottleneck once I expand that. So now that this belt is moving faster, I can get rid of this a bit. Should I just rotate that like so? And the blue belt should be fast enough for those to sort of fully go. And then what I can do is I can expand this to be bigger going backwards. So we'll get rid of that and those lasers and that as well, I think. Right, and now Now I'm going to double the size of this. Grab to there. Let's move this guy a bit. We cut him in, then we can paste this down and there should be less of a problem. Cliffs in the way. Yes, I know cliffs are in the way. Oh, okay, I wasn't holding down shift. Right, where am I? And once all that's wired up, then I can see whether or not they can output fully. They're both going through lane balancers, and if necessary I can do the squiggly thing in the middle, like I did before. I do not understand why my base is not putting these things down. So one of the things I did is I replaced the buffer chest that was down here with just a provider. Where are you going? Right, you're just filling up this chest. Where is the building train? And where is it taking them? Okay, the building train's down in copper. Ah! Remember I said it might lead to some problems if I connected the networks together? I think I've just discovered one of the problems. All the stuff is sort of like going round and round in circles. That's not good. Right, I need to disconnect these two things. It's confusing the network, because the base is taking stuff from down here in order to do the building that's all the way at the top. There you go. So this severs the logistics connection. Anywhere there's a building train, I need to do that. So we need to get rid of that one. There's building train there, but that's isolated. Right, important lesson learned. Do not cross-connect a building train stop with an outer outpost, because the bots were flying all the way down there to get landfill and then carrying it to where it was needed. Whereupon the building train would go and replace it, come back here and then ask for more landfill, so nothing was ever getting done. There we go. So now they should be grabbing stuff from down there and taking it straight up to where it's needed. Yes. Better. So hopefully now that number will actually start to go down a bit. Alright, how are we doing? We have not connected the pipes. We haven't actually increased our production yet. And we need power at the top. So then we just need to see whether any of these are going to be output starved. Yes, some of them are. But only the last 3, which is odd. And now we run out of petroleum. If it's not one thing, it's another. Right, how is the oil processing going? We still have oil. These are all burning. We're not overloaded on anything. This is just... okay, we are at capacity. We can't make any more plastic than this. Not without expanding this even further. Right, so I will do the squiggly do thing here. So you need to go out. Oh, I will upgrade that with red in a bit. I mean, I'll upgrade it to blue in a bit. Right, so we're going to do the squiggly do on both sides at that point. So we need greens to get out the way. Like that. And make sure it's all blue. That outer bit doesn't have to be blue, but that does. Okay, so I've doubled the plastic. We're now actually at the limits of the petroleum, although that appears to have improved. Yeah, we are still right at the edge of our petroleum production. That's okay. How's the landfill going? Every time I run up here, my bots do a load, which is going to help. Right, I think that's it. So all we've really managed to do in this episode is try and increase our red production. But I think that is going to be a major bottleneck. Still 238. I'm just going to babysit this a bit. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.